Bonjour, everyone. It's Anne Patchett at Parnassus Books with Pierre Van Devender. Pierre got a haircut this week, and, well, you can see. And you know what the nice thing about hair is? It grows back out, especially on your ears. We love you, no matter what your hair looks like. Okay, here we go. Oh, all right. Nature. I am not someone who does jigsaw puzzles. I will never do a jigsaw puzzle. I have too many books to read. I mean, I think it's a charming activity and I'm all for it. But if I did do jigsaw puzzles, I would do this one. I got so excited when I saw this one this morning, Around the World in 50 Fish, 1,000 pieces. This is in my wheelhouse. So if you like puzzles, we have so many great jigsaw puzzles. It was something that we really got into during the pandemic when everyone was doing jigsaw puzzles, but people still want them, so come in. These are just the kind of books that I love. So Clouds, a guide for the curious, 30 clouds, and all the things about the weather systems that make them. Just, do you have this person in your life? I am this person. And then you could also get Bees for the Curious, a guide to all the different bees. And I love it. And then if you want to move on to nature in a more serious way, Jason Roberts' Every Living Thing, The Great and Deadly Race to Know All Life, won the Pulitzer, out in paperback. I want to read this. Steve Martin writes The Written Word. I have actually read several of Steve Martin's books, and he's a wonderful writer. And I should get this surprised look off my face because I'm not surprised. He's a genius. He's a wonderful writer. And this is like the day of Steve's. And I also want to call out Stephen King, Never Flinch. Why? Because he needs to sell more books? No. Why? Because I read them and I'm going to take them home and read this one? Not a chance in the world. He scares me to death. Although I buy them all because my mother reads every single Stephen King book that comes out. I just want to shout this out because Stephen King is such a nice guy and such an amazing citizen. Stephen King stands up for all that is good and right and true, and I have so much respect for him. So, new book, Mom, coming home with the new Stephen King. And then a few paperbacks I want to shout out. The Great Divide, Christina Enriquez. She's going to be here this weekend for the Jenna Bush Today Show Lollapalooza. I really like Christina. And Sandwich, Catherine Newman was an FEC pick. We love this book. If you haven't read this book, buy this book and read it. It's short, it's funny, it's profound, and we love Catherine Newman. And then I just want to say Bono Surrender is out in paperback today. I want to shout this out for a couple of reasons. One, it was the best audiobook I have ever listened to, Libro FM. I got everyone I know to listen to it and everyone agreed, and it won audiobook of the year. So it wasn't just me. But I also want to say there are 3 blurbs on the back of this book. One from Bob Dylan, one from Salman Rushdie, and one from Anne Patchett, because life is just that strange. Lindsay, what you got?
Anne's got time to look at clouds, she's got time to blur Bono, but she doesn't have time to do puzzles. I have time to do puzzles. I love doing a puzzle. We have some romances out today. New Allie Hazelwood, Problematic Summer Romance, for those of you who want an age gap romance and a problematic summer romance. Annabelle Monaghan is out with It's a Love Story. Baby, just say yes. Another romance for fans of Annabelle Monaghan. For more romance, Along Came a Moor by Alexa Daria. So if you are looking for some summer romances, we've got you covered. Over in literary fiction, we have Storybook Ending by Moira MacDonald. This one is a love triangle that kicks off with a note left in a book. So if anybody would like to leave a note in one of our books on the shelves and kick off a love triangle, that would be fun for us. We're very bored. Disappoint Me by Nicola Dernan is out today. Again, if you want some contemporary literary fiction with messy romances, this one is described as the complicated allure of bougie domesticity. So check this out. set in the 1990s with a hostage situation that turns into radicalizing somebody famous's daughter. The Bombshell by Dara Farr is out today if you want some literary fiction with a bit of a propulsive plot line. And out in paperback, one of my favorite reads from last year that I made everybody I know read, The Safe Keep by Yale Vanderwooden. If you have not read this, Yale Vanderwooden. If you have not read this one yet and you would like to talk to me about the ending, please come talk to me about the ending. It blew my mind. And also a book that I'm pretty sure has been in hardcover for as long as I have had the job as book buyer, which I started this in 2021. Cultish, The Language of Fanaticism by Amanda Montell is finally out in a trim little paperback. And bringing over Rayanne to shout out a special book.
Hi, I'm so excited that Martha Hall Kelly's new book is out today, the Martha's Vineyard Beach and Book Club. I'll be in conversation with her next Monday here. Still a few seats left if you want to come hear us talk about the new book about two sisters on the home front during World War II, and a fun storyline about how The Great Gatsby became an armed services novel and came to the masses. Thanks, Lindsay.
It's going to be such a good event. Yes. And kicking it over to Elise, who will tell us a little more about her events.
Speaking of events, howdy everyone. That's cowboy speak. And I'm wearing my cowboy shirt. I just want to point this out. And I might even yodel.
Is that your little doggy?
This is, get along, little doggy. I might leave the yodeling to the professionals, but all of this is said because tonight, I couldn't be more excited. We are hosting the Malones, Bobby and Bill C. Malone, who wrote this fabulous biography of writers in the sky romancing the West with music and humor. They're going to be in conversation with Robert Orman, who I also love. He is a fabulous music critic, historian, author. And then Writers in the Sky are going to be here. And they might yodel a bit, they will sing a song or two, and I looked. We have a couple of seats left, a couple of tickets. The tickets, of course, get you a signed copy of this fabulous book. So we're going to have a wild and woolly and terrific time tonight. I hope I see you there. And then tomorrow we are hosting Serena Bowen, and this is Dying to Meet You. Might be literally dying to meet you. It's a twisty thriller, as Serena Bowen is so good about writing, and we just love her. And then I just want to say again, we just talked about this, but the Martha's Vineyard Beach and Book Club, first of all, Rayanne is in conversation with Martha Hall Kelly. And it's a great cover, and it's sisters, and it's World War II, and it's about storytelling and what that means and the power of it. So that is Monday, as Rayanne said. We do have seats left at the table. Go ahead and get them right now. The other thing I wanted to mention, because we have some things that are scheduled really far ahead, and when you're looking at the calendar, go ahead and look into September. I wrote a few things down. We have R.F. Kuang, Dan Brown, so Dan Brown, yes, of the Da Vinci Code, and he's got this new book called Secret of Secrets. We have Elizabeth Gilbert and Samin Nosrat, and there are some really fabulous events coming up in the fall. And then, Saturday, we are going to be hosting Rayanne's friend, Tracy Sorrell, and she's a Native American, and this is Click Clack Smack, a Cherokee stickball story, as well as on Powwow Day, and we all love story time. And you know what we also love? Rayanne!
Yeah,
Take it away,
so
Rayanne.
Hi again, everyone. This is a great new picture book today, The Arguers by Karina Lukin. This is a fable about where the first argument broke out and the king and queen decided to have a contest for the best arguer. Did people come or were they too busy arguing? Fun book. Sally Swell Hahn's Night Song. Her book Tiny Wonders was a Sprout Book Club pick last year, and this is a beautiful book about a boy and his mom on a journey. A bus breaks down and he goes off in the night and finds all the beautiful things there illuminated. Lulu is a Rhinoceros by Jason Flom and Allison Flom with Sophie Corrigan. Lulu is a dog? No, Lulu is sure she's a rhinoceros. Chapter book readers, you have a new book today, Rowing Home by Beth Ferry, illustrated by the Fan Brothers. This is about Ivy the houseplant Arthur the spider, Ollie the violet, and a goldfish named Toasty who get magical powers and help their humans. The Mid-Watch Institute for Wayward Girls by Judith Rossell is out in middle grade today. Bookseller Cheryl, loves this book so much. It is about a girl who goes to an orphanage, but guess what? They're training her to be a spy. It's all top secret. In YA, Come As You Are by Dahlia Adler. This is about a girl and a boarding school rom-com who gets a roommate that she doesn't want. And they were roommates, about a trans boy who gets the worst roommate, his ex. And it's a new edition of Simon versus the Homo sapiens out today by Becky Albertalli. I believe it's the 10th anniversary. Why am I telling you this? It's a great book. Also, Becky will be here next month. Go online and register for her upcoming event. Thanks for listening, and thanks for shopping at Parnassus.